Hey everybody, my name is Anita and I'd like to welcome you to the Honey Hive. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Honey Hive. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Anita. Nice to meet you. So here at the Honey Hive, we are celebrating and uplifting Black women. We are bringing you Black women entrepreneurs, community leaders, and those who can speak on social justice issues. Happy Friday. I am so happy that it's Friday. Amen. We made it through another week, and I am joined by someone who is phenomenal. She is going to encourage you. She is going to get you moving with all the things that she is bringing you with her fitness classes. So please put your hands together for none other than the founder of Urge to Dance, Shakeema Prescott. Yay! How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So a little backstory, you guys. If you follow me personally, you have seen recently that I've been posting some step classes that I've been doing, videos and things like that. She is the reason, okay? She is the reason for why I'm tripping over my feet sometimes, but she encourages us, she pushes us, she challenges us, but it's such a great workout. So I wanted to bring her on because I wanted you guys to meet her. I want you to support her. She, as you can see, is a beautiful Black woman. She is doing her thing, giving you a whole lot of Black girl magic, okay? And she has some great fitness classes and other things that she is in the works for you. So I wanted to bring her on and introduce her. So I have a couple of questions.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. By the way, can we talk? Can we talk? Okay? I'm trying to do something. All right? Okay, so how did you get started? Like, did you just wake up one day and then, I want to do fitness?
Well, I've always been into fitness, literally my whole life, because dance is fitness. And I've been dancing since I was 3 years old. So I went from dancing to competing on teams to drill team to running track in middle school high school dance team to president of the dance team to going to college to dancing, at Cal State Dominguez to, so it never stops to teaching. I tried to pursue it as a career. I've been on, So You Think You Can Dance. I've been on America's Best Dance Crew. I've been on Ellen dancing. And the reason why I was able to get an appearance on Ellen is because when she was backstage, she saw me dancing next to Twitch. So it's just always been in my blood.
Girl, first off, wait a minute. I pride myself on doing research, right? But, okay.
Yeah.
Get me all the way together because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
wow.
So,
Okay.
I've just always done it. Try to pursue it. My very last professional audition was with Lorianne Gibson for this show called Born to Dance. She did on BET. So after I made it to like the top 25 out of like 300, didn't get picked. I kind of like tried to give it up because I was just so frustrated. But God has a way for everything. And so it just, wasn't my time, and that's not what he wanted me to use my gift for. Yeah. So of course I got my, degree in education. So I had worked in education for like 18 plus years. When I graduated, I became a preschool teacher and worked at a company that I was at for nearly 9 years. Okay. But dance has always, like I said, have been my passion. So I was like, why not, get certified with Zumba? Like I said, I've always danced. So I'm like, let me do dance fitness. Yeah. So I got certified with Zumba, and my ultimate goal was to, do dance fitness full time. But when you're at a 9 to 5, you just get so comfortable with the benefits. You get comfortable with the paid time off and that consistent money that you're going to see every 2 weeks. Yeah. So I was, teaching by day at school, at my job, and then teaching classes by night with hopes that I could, save enough money, but it just wasn't working. But I just kept doing it, and it was just my prayer for God to just put me in a position to be more available for my husband and for my daughter. And then we got the news, I think, 2021 and 2019, that we would lose our funding and our job will be closing. And so my job closed down. My job closed down. We all lost our jobs. 300 plus employees lost their jobs.
Wow.
And that was not what I prayed for specifically, but the way God works. The way God works.
Yeah.
He knew that I wanted this.
Yeah.
And that was my moment that I was like, I'm not going to work for anybody else. I'm not going back to a 9-to-5. I'm going to get in this. I'm going to work. I had the support of my husband. I knew it wouldn't be easy.
Yeah.
And so, I did it, but I knew that I couldn't stick with Zumba.
Yeah.
I was just like, no disrespect towards Zumba, but I wanted to the reason why I started Urge to Dance and Twerk Out TKO, because I wanted to get more Black women into fitness. And you just have a different community with Zumba, and then you have a different community with other things that, gravitate different cultures to fitness. And so I started Urge to Dance, and I know that Black women love dancing and they love music.
Yeah.
So I, combined the two, and started Twerk Out TKO, and I'm like, it's just a cardio hip hop dance fitness class where you feel like you're in a party.
Yes.
And that was my ultimate goal, to not make the class feel like a fitness class, but feel like a party.
Yeah.
Just like Zumba.
Yeah.
But just with hip hop music, just trying to will in more Black people.
Yeah.
So it has been, successful thus far. It has not been easy at all. It hasn't been easy. There's just a lot of competitors out there, different, people doing twerk and all of this stuff. But, like I said, God has me here for a reason, because I bring something different. I bring something unique to what I do.
Yeah.
And, I love it. I've been able to just reach, so many people near, so many Black queens near and far. Like I have a following in, the IE, because I was doing pop-up classes there, pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So it just really moves me to hear the stories of my queens on how emotional they get because my classes motivate them. And if it wasn't for my classes, they don't know what they would be doing. And, that's what drives me to keep going when I have those days when I want to give up, and when I just don't want to do it because of, just the emotional roller coaster it comes with being an entrepreneur. So that's how it started. Sorry to be long-winded, but
that's amazing, because
it
speaks to me as well. Like my friend, shout out to you, Joe, brought me to Twerk TKO first, and I was like, girl, what are we doing, right? And it was such a liberating experience. Number one, she starts you guys every class with motivating us and encouraging us to speak positivity into ourselves, and making sure that we know nobody around here is judging you. Be yourself, have fun, and just go for it. And I had never been to a class like that before. Number one, I'd never been to a class other than, Anointed Feet, for the classes that I've taken there, that has been led by a Black woman. So that was different in and of itself, because you go to 24-hour fitness or Planet Fitness and all the, no disrespect to any of the other beautiful women that are leading the classes, but you don't look like me. Right? And so it's just one of those things where representation matters. And so being there, and then also being surrounded by other Black women, like it reminded me of the time that I went to Howard's Homecoming, and it was just all Black people, and I was like, we're just so beautiful. We're just all out here. And it just was such a liberating, like I said, experience for me, because it just gave me the opportunity to just have fun and, twerk a little bit, learn, because, but it was so much fun. And at the end of it, you look at your watch and you say, hard and burned like 500 calories, right? dancing to Luke or somebody.
Right.
Like, and like you said, you don't think that it's fitness. It's just like, I'm partying, I'm dancing. And so moving towards coming to those classes, and then now she's doing step, it's just like another elevation of you and what you're producing. And it's such a awesome thing to see, like she said, and also feel too, because when you first start, you're like, I can't do this, I'm tired, but everybody else is tired too, so you're okay, just keep going. And the more that you go, the more consistent you are. I have for myself seen like, okay, I made it through that one, I made it through this one, I got a little tired, took a little break, but I'm back. And so I think that's the biggest thing, and the encouragement that she gives us is above par. Okay, so we talked about how you started. Now, you did talk about the pandemic and everything like that. So I'm curious to know, just for you personally, what have you been doing to kind of just keep yourself up during the pandemic? Because we all in the house.
Right. So just business-wise or just?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unfortunately, the pandemic has broken a lot of businesses. You know, that's just very clear. But for me, the pandemic actually really helped my business. Like, I had maybe 200 subscribers pre-pandemic. And with YouTube, in order for you to utilize the YouTube Live thing that they have, you have to have 1,000 subscribers or more. So I knew I wanted to live stream classes. Zoom is an option. But there's just, you know, you could just kind of hear the music better on YouTube live. And so I just was like, you know, I need to push to try to get 1,000 subscribers so that I can utilize the YouTube Live tool that they had. So I pushed myself to, you know, get 1,000 subscribers. I contacted, you know, as many people as I can on Instagram before I got flagged. I contacted as many of my followers on Facebook as I can before I got flagged. And all of my sorority sisters, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, of course. And they just came through for me, and I gave myself a deadline, and I went from 200 subscribers to 2K plus subscribers like within 8 days.
Nice.
So it was truly a blessing, because now I was able to utilize the YouTube Live, and I converted my garage into a studio space. So I do my YouTube videos in my garage, and I was doing live stream classes. And even when I caught COVID, you know, I tested positive for COVID in September, I was doing YouTube Live classes from my quarantine room. So for me, it helped me. It pushed me out of my comfort zone to take those necessary steps to make my business better and to try to keep my business open, because I knew that teaching classes in person wasn't an option. So I had to, you know, make the necessary changes to still make it fun, to still make it motivating for people to want to work out. So I tried to make sure I just, you know, created as much content as I can weekly to put on my YouTube page to keep my queens engaged every day, and to still do, you know, YouTube Live classes. So I did everything I could. So for me, it did help me. It did help me. And, you know, just not on the business side, sometimes, you know, God has a way of doing things to sit you down.
Girl.
And so with this pandemic, you know,
down.
like it's just been, you know, more time, of course, with family, you know, more time to reflect on yourself, more time to get closer to God. Like, and so for us, you know, we've been doing well with it, I would say. You know, my daughter, you know, she's still excelling exceptionally well in school. You know, she's still a great student, although she doesn't like it, but she's still doing very well. So, you know, we adapted well. My husband and I and my daughter, like, we adapted well. And although we're tired of being in the house, we just made it work. You know, picnics in the park, you know, bike rides. Like, we're all into fitness. So we do family bike rides. Like, we just had to make it work. We made it work. And so, you know, that's kind of just what we did.
That's great. I love that, though, because you didn't let it stop you. You pivoted, you know, and just in case, I know y'all heard her say that she had COVID. Now, she's here. We're distant, right? We have been distant. We are taking precautions. And also, she's been tested after and everything, and she's fine. I know you probably watched Mona's video before this one. She took the precautions that she needed to get herself back healthy. So relax, because I know somebody was like, girl, just relax.
No. And I get tested like 2 to 3 times a month because I am still teaching my class. So I just got tested 2 days ago. Results are negative. So I know that, you know, I have to get tested often. I have to get tested. So I get tested all the time. So I just got tested 2 days ago. Results are negative because I knew I was coming here. So, you know, I knew that her team took the precautions. And so I wanted to make sure, you know, I took the necessary precautions. It's just a respect thing, you know, like she said. So I'm good.
We are over here trying to do some stuff, okay? And we are trying to bring you guys information and content that you can benefit from. I, of course, will make sure that all of her information will be in the description box below so that you can check out the classes and everything like that. Now, speaking of the classes, okay, they popping. Okay, so we were talking earlier. If she says, don't wait. Go on and sign up and pay the money so that you can get in and get you a little twerk, okay? Or a little step, whichever, or both, if that's your prerogative, because they on 2 different days, okay? So make sure that you pay attention when she says that her schedule is open and the classes and all that is open. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. You will not regret it. I'm trying to tell you, it's the best thing ever during this pandemic time and beyond, because you get to twerk. And who doesn't like a little?
Right.
What is that? Okay, so now I know that you talked about why you started it. Can you, in your opinion, share with me, what do you think it is about us sisters that we don't really like working out? It's not for me. Like, where do you think that comes from?
I think it comes mainly because of hair. And I'm just going to be honest. Just speaking with a lot of my queens over the past couple years. They would come and then they would say, you know, I know I haven't been coming, but I got my hair done. And like, this is what they tell me. You know, I got my hair done and I needed to make this last for at least 2 weeks.
Hello?
So
in her class, you sweating.
You're going to be drenched. You know, even if you say, people would, you know, say, I don't sweat like that. By the end of my classes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Because, and so that's what the main thing is. It's that it's their hair and it's just not a priority. It's just not a priority, you know. A lot of my queens are single moms. A lot of them, you know, are the breadwinners for their families. So they try to do it all, but it's just not a priority. And if it's not a priority, then you're not going to be motivated to come. And so even though I just try to encourage my queens, because, you know, it's self-care and it's important. You know, when I see a lot of these, you know, exercise ads with, you know, promoting fitness gear and stuff like that, I want to see more Black women in this fitness gear.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I want to see more of that. I want to see more of us, you know, weightlifting and, you know, running like at the beach and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to find your niche.
Yes.
You have to find your niche because it's like a lot of, you know, for me, boot camp style workouts, like running is not for me. Like, even though I ran track in middle school, that was years ago. Running is just not my thing.
No, ma'am.
And the gym was just not my thing because, you know, I would be all over the place, you know, on the elliptical, like, oh, maybe I should go lift weights, you know, let me go lift weights. So, oh, I see her, you know, run on the treadmill. Maybe I should go through. I'm all over the place. So I had to find something that, you know, was like good for me to stay focused. And so that's another thing. It's just like they're not motivated because they haven't found what they love. And with Urge to Dance, that's why I did have to work out TKO. Well, I still do, but then I added a step, and then I will eventually add a booty bands class because under Urge to Dance, it's a company that provides a variety of dance fitness classes for all ages and all, nationalities. But it's like, now with Extreme Step, now you have 2 classes that you can choose from.
Right.
And then soon you'll have 3 classes you can choose from. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go to Twerk Out TKO on Tuesday, the booty bands on Wednesday. And then, some people want the booty bands in Extreme Step, So it's like, I want to give options to do something, and so that's what I eventually, plan to do, is just to add a lot different more classes so that it can be a variety, so that my queens can find their niche of what they love to do. And then that will get them committed. They will find ways to commit, whether it's at home, in the comfort of their own home, or whether it's in person. So, hopefully, I know for me with my hair, I just do a lot of protective styles because fitness is my priority.
Right.
It is my priority. It's my self-care. It makes me feel good. I've always been into fitness as long as I remember. Prior to having my daughter, I was into fitness. Post having my daughters, I was into fitness. So I would look back over my life, and there was not a time that I was not exercising. So I just want to get more Black women in that space to where it is a priority, and you have to make sure you fit it in your schedule every day, whether it's walking. Sometimes I just walk a couple miles. I don't do cardio. I don't run or dance. I just walk. Something is better than nothing.
Absolutely.
Because our self-care is really important, not just about losing weight, just about feeling good internally. So, for me, I just use a lot of protective styles, for my hair. And of course, I miss straight hair sometimes, but I just can't have that. Or I'll just, do it on the weekend, when I know I don't have class, and just enjoy 3 or 4 days of it, and then it's back to reality. But that's what it is. It's definitely hair. It's definitely just not on the priority list. They just have other things that's just more important.
Right. Yeah. And that's nothing, and that's nothing against anyone, what I mean, that has a lot of things happening. Everyone has different schedules and things like that. But just like she said, 30-minute walk or, something like that, just to get you to move, get your body to move. Like, I remember going to a cardiologist like a long time ago, and she literally was just like, if I could prescribe 30 minutes of walking a day to everybody, that would make my job like so much easier. And so even if it's just a quick 30 minutes every day, every other day, just get your body moving and get used to, like she said, making a commitment to fitness and self-care. You take care of your hair, you take care of your family, you have nice clothes, and you take care of your car. Why not invest in your body the same way? And because it's just you only have one.
Absolutely.
And it's going to take you as long as it can, but why not take care of it while you have it and maintain some type of commitment to, some type of fitness? It may not necessarily, like she said, be step or something like that. It could be yoga. Do that. Do a couple of downward dogs and cat cows and all that stuff and get your life together, okay? Listen. Now, you talked about your daughter, and I follow her, and her daughter is so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Twin, okay? Twin. But you talked about her, you talked about, education and how she's excelling, things like that. What are you instilling in her as a young Black girl? Our lives are different from everybody else's, especially everything that's now being shown in the media and things like that. Like, what are some of the things that you're, sharing with her and instilling in her to uplift her?
We definitely instill self-respect, being a leader and not a follower. She's only 8, she'll be 9, but we had to shield her and stop having her go on YouTube, because just the way that YouTube, she can be watching a kid-friendly family show, and then the next thing you know, the mom is pregnant in the labor and delivery room about to have a baby. And it's she's watching this because it was a family show, but then you escalated and
So
went,
quickly.
to something different. So we had to remove her from that because, we don't want to show her that, it's okay to, some of them are not married, and this is no shade to, anybody else who, have children, out of wedlock or whatever like that. It's nothing like that, but we have, morals and values for our daughter, not saying that she may not do that in the future when she grow up, but we're just trying to protect her as much as we can. So, we don't want her going on Instagram and just seeing, somebody with a face full of makeup all the time, feeling like that's how you have to wake up and go about your day. And, we just try to just, instill in her just to love herself the way that she is, to be a leader, to not try to follow trends all the time. Like, set your own trends. Like, you don't have to, wear a crop top or go out of the house in a crop top or in shorts and stuff all the time. So it's so much that we just try to protect her from. We know we can't protect her from everything in the world as she grows up, but we definitely try to do the best that we can, but definitely self-respect, being a leader, respecting others, because they'll respect you. If they see that you respect them and that you respect yourself, they will respect you. So we try to just do a lot of that, and just, just being an educator, just, I am totally against bullying, you know what I mean? So, oftentimes when you try to fit into a group of friends, you just kind of roll with what they do. And, sometimes we had witnessed her doing that, and and I'm like, I'm totally against bullying, completely. I don't tolerate it on either side, you being the bullier or you being bullied, because you coming for my kid, as a parent, like you just get overprotective. So it's just a lot of that, just a lot of self-respect, respecting herself, and just my husband does a lot for me just to show her, and me and her, just to show her what it's like and what it should be like, on how a man should treat a woman when she does get older. So he does a lot of that, a lot of responsibilities, like she has a little debit card that she has where she gets allowance weekly, and so she knows you won't get paid if you don't do your allowance. So she gets paid, every Sunday to do her chores around the house. And so now when she wants to go to Target and stuff, she'll swipe her little debit card.
Right, now, careful, Minnie. Careful with Target, girl, okay? Because she learned quickly that Target will get your money.
But then she started looking at prices different. Now she's like, that's $40. Her iPad, charger went out, and so we're like, this is why you have a debit card. So she went to the store and went to Best Buy and looked at the receipt and was just like, this was $50? Absolutely. Because that's what you have money for. We don't need to, so now everything has a price on it when it comes to her spending her money. She's like, $40? Let me see how many. She looking in her wallet and she's like, okay, if I subtract this, I add this, that. So
I want y'all to know that me and Kristen are cracking
because
I remember those days.
It's so hilarious. But but she's really good with saving money too now, because she knows, so
I'm gonna call you for some tips.
So it's just all of those things. But,
is she a dancer as well?
She is a dancer.
Okay.
She's been dancing since she was 2.
Okay.
Mommy and Me class was like her very first class. She was on a competition team.
Wow.
So she took a break. She took a year off when the pandemic started. She was in the middle of competition season, so she missed her last 2 competitions.
Okay.
So she took a break, but she missed it. So now she's back in it, not competing, just taking classes.
Nice.
Because it's just, it's her love too. And so, my husband's like, she need to do something else. She don't want to do nothing else. Like, you want her to play soccer or whatever and barely give forth the effort. She wants to dance, and at first I didn't want her to stop. I just wanted it for her so bad. But then, it's just like, if it's not in her heart the way it was in my heart, then I don't want to keep wasting money.
Right.
But then it came back to her, like every day she would just be, in her room choreographing routines just on her own. She loves it. And it's just embodied in her. So,
I love that. Yeah, I love that. I can't wait.
I know.
To, be having little mini classes and everything like that. So is that something that you're going to also continue, like offering those types of mini classes?
Yes. So I have the kids hip hop dance fit, and I also have the senior get down for my seniors, my nanas, my yayas, my things I do. So I plan to, I'm just one person, so I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So, but again, eventually in the future, I don't know if you'll get to this, like my plan is to open up my studio. And
go ahead and tell us.
My plan is to open up Urge to Dance Studio and offer all of those classes, in my studio. For the kids, for my seniors, because I can modify the step aerobics for my seniors and for my church members, put the Marvin Sapp on the playlist, or the Fred Hammond, you know what I mean?
Okay,
so
now.
I just want something for everybody. And so I do plan to do that. That's one of my short-term goals, is just to open my own studio, offer those classes, the yoga, the, step classes, like all of those things. So
that's great.
I offer something for all ages. Definitely.
That's great. You guys, listen, I want you to make sure you support her. Make sure you go to her YouTube and subscribe. Make sure you are following her on Instagram. Again, like I said, I'll make sure all of her information is in the description box below. Please, please, please make sure that you are following her so that you can get involved with everything that she has going on. We here at the Honey Hive are definitely behind you. We are supporting you. We are praying for you. And I am just so excited to see all the things come your way, because I know that it's going to be amazing and it's going to blow your mind. So she talks about her long-term goals, short-term and long-term goals, right? And we talked about her daughter. And now I want to know, Shakeema, when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you are by yourself, what do you say? What makes you feel your most inspired, your best self? What are you doing? What are you saying to yourself? I caught off guard with this one.
Right. I mean, I guess I don't really look in the mirror and speak to myself. Like, I'll just do some self-reflecting and speaking into myself, just, I guess from me to a book, or just me in a car alone, or just me on a bike ride or something like that, just in my zone. And I just say, you are capable of being someone who the world knows. You are capable of traveling the world and, doing classes in other countries and other states, and introducing, your gift to the world, in spite of it being a lot of different dance fitness, companies and stuff around the world. I am capable to also take my gift and share it with the world. So I just instill that in myself. Like, you are bigger than what you see yourself right now. Like, you can achieve those things. You will achieve those things. I just have to speak those things into myself, because it's very easy to get discouraged and say, I'm not as good. And one thing that I do when I do see other successful dance fitness instructors is I go back to the beginning of their journey. Whether on YouTube or Instagram, I scroll all the way back, no matter how long it take me, to the first time that they started. And they are where I am now. Like, they started where I am now. So they started, some of them back in 2007. And so that's what helps me not compare myself to their journey. And if you follow my Instagram page, I put inspirational quotes up.
Yes.
And one of my inspirational quotes was, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Because you don't know what it takes for them to get to where they are. So you can't compare yourself, the level you're at right now, to someone else's success and level, because they started this back in 2000. They're 21 years in, or back in 2007. I have to give myself some time. I have to speak those things into existence, and I have to pray and manifest and trust that if it is for me, then God would allow for it to happen.
Amen.
So that's what I do. I just kind of, self-talk, but uplift myself.
Yes.
And just assure myself that you can do it if you put the work in.
Yeah.
You have to do your part,
right,
and not give up.
Yeah. And it's so evident too that that's what you do, because like I said earlier, you guys, when we do start class, before we start class, she gives us motivation to say to ourselves. But then if you also have been paying attention, when she speaks about the students or the women in the classes, she says queens. That's something that I picked up on very early when I came to her class, because it just is more uplifting. It's more, it's just not like, all right, y'all, this is what it's like, come on, my queens, and it's so repetitive that it gets in your head, right? And so as you're doing it, okay, I am a queen, I can't do this, my legs hurt, but I can, And so even with just her saying what she instills in herself, that's self-evident, when you come to her classes and you hear the things that she is saying to us, and hopefully to you when you come and join, you will get in on the self-motivation as well, and feel like you can take that outside and continue that same mindset. So I really do love that that's, what you do, because it's evident that you what is it? Exhort? Exude. Thank you. That's Kristen in the back. Y'all know. She corrects me all the time. But anyway, like I said, I keep saying it, but I am going to have all of her information. Stay with it. All of her information in the description box below. I am so truly, truly, truly grateful that you took the time to come and speak to us today. Like I said before, I wish you all of the best, and I'm praying that God just continues to blow your mind with everything Urge to Dance and beyond. So you guys, listen, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels, okay? And make sure that you check out, like I said, her Instagram, all of the inspirational quotes, all of the clips and everything like that you need. She has them for you. When she opens up her schedule, make sure that you go ahead and pay your money and get in where you fit in with the twerk, TKO, or hip hop step aerobics class. And I will make sure again that I have all of that information so you know where to go. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. I pray that you have a blessed and prosperous weekend. And until next time, welcome to the Honey Hive. Peace. So coming up next week, I'm sitting down with the founder of Expose Her, Siobhan Stewart. You don't want to miss it.